I'm selective on who I kind of, you know what I mean? I don't want to put somebody up here that's like not the legit deal. And as I was looking at that and I saw, we talked on the phone and you're like, yeah, I'm on St. Clair today. Well, I live roughly an hour and a half from there and I was on the water. And let's just be frank, it was shit. So there was a lot of people that didn't go out that day. I know a lot of guys that think that they were tough, and I actually said to one of my guys that works for me, I said, hopefully this doesn't come across wrong, but I said, hey, there's a chick up there in a kayak in St. Clair today, candy ass, and
yeah,
you've got to have a certain level of, I don't care how
Crazy.
talented you are with fishing, there's just a little bit of, like you said, you're going to get your teeth kicked in. We've done these podcasts with professional athletes and people that are just really excel at what they do, and they all seem to have those same traits, like you said, and I don't think that those traits are a majority. They're definitely a minority anymore.
I would think so too. Well, I always tell people this. I think it's a universal fact that women have a certain element of crazy, right? Some women have that crazy.
I'm glad you said it.
I will. I don't care about that. Some women will key your car. They'll get super clingy or whatever. My crazy is that I'm that girl out there in that wild weather because the bite is so freaking good and I don't want to get off the water. And the weather was terrible. I mean, it sucked. I couldn't feel my fingers for hours after, but I caught back-to-back 5-pound smallmouth. I'm like, the last thing I'm thinking about is the weather. And just 2 days ago, there was a kayaker that was rescued by the Coast Guard out there, and I was out there. And luckily, I was north of the ramp when that north wind came raging, and I've never seen St. Clair flip like that. And I've been out there in some really hairy stuff. And I luckily got back in, but I thought I was going to flip the kayak, and there was a guy that flipped, and another guy had to get rescued. It's it's kind of wild.
We were headed out for our afternoon shoot yesterday, and there was a guy on a stand-up paddleboard, and I was telling him, I'm like, shoot that, because there's a difference sometimes between having fortitude or drive and being stupid. Like we were thinking, like here's this guy, and he's not even in a dry suit or a wetsuit, and I'm like, this water is like 40 degrees. Like if that dude falls in out there, he was probably 2 miles offshore. I'm like, dude, you're going to tighten up and you're done.
Yep. There's that you nailed it right there. There was a guy I saw out in a Send kayak with no life jacket on. And a Send is a little sit inside, $200 kayak. And that's stupid. I've done some things that are pretty stupid in my day, but I think I like to think that I've wisened up just a little bit, and I may push the needle, but you got to be smart when it comes to, Mother Nature, for sure.